Today, I'm going to show you how you can build out a 2-week wardrobe using ChatGPT and an inspirational piece. And if you don't know what I mean by an inspirational piece, stay tuned. Now, I know it's very hard to think about everything that you're going to need for a 2-week trip, and people become very overwhelmed with the concept of packing it all just in a carry-on. But I'm going to show you how you don't have to feel deprived and even pick all your favorite clothing and get it into that suitcase. So what I meant by an inspirational item is a piece of clothing from your closet that you just love. And it's one of your go-tos when you're going out or even for your everyday wear. Now, this is usually a shirt or a sweater that you like. And in this case, for me, it's going to be a shirt. Now, I know that when people think in terms of wardrobe, they're thinking in neutral colors like black and cream and beige. And for a lot of people, that kind of gets dull and boring. But I'm going to show you how you can take an inspirational item and build an entire wardrobe around it that is not just neutral colors. So what is an inspirational item? Let me show you. Now, this is my inspirational item. And as you can see, this is hardly beige. This is periwinkle and white. And it's one of my favorite summer shirts because it's comfortable, it's linen, it breathes. I know that some people worry about taking linen, but I pack pretty well. And I also take my Downy release with me, so it's never really a problem. This is what I want my wardrobe based on because I feel great when I'm wearing this shirt. So let's see what ChatGPT does with this as my inspirational item. So there are 2 prompts here that I'm going to show you. This is a rather generic prompt. I'm going on a trip and you fill in where the trip is and then you give the dates. And the reason you're giving the dates is you're telling it to check the weather. And then you tell it what kind of palette you want this wardrobe to be in. And everybody might have a different want or based on what they have in their closet. And then you tell them what kind of trip this is. And then optional, anything special you may be doing that's different from this. And then you wait for the responses. You can tweak it from there. Now over here is a more specific way of doing it. It starts off with the same thing where you're filling in where you're going to and the dates so it knows what kind of weather you're looking for. But you want it to work with an inspiration piece. You take a picture of the inspiration piece that you want to have the rest of your wardrobe built out around. Then you tell it the same things about what kind of trip it is and what other special activities are. So what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to be doing this one here so that you can see how I built out my wardrobe based on that second prompt. So before I go any further, let's get into one of the most important parts of your wardrobe for your trip, and that is your shoes, because your shoes can either make or break whether or not you're enjoying yourself. Now, if these shoes look familiar to you, it's because I used them to show you how I built out my 4x4 capsule wardrobe, and these shoes are from Vivaia. And I have to tell you that these are my most favorite boots that I've ever had, and that's because these Vivaia boots are probably the most comfortable boots I have ever owned. Now, I just love Vivaia for so many reasons. They're ultra comfortable and ecologically sound. All of their shoes are made out of recycled plastic, and that makes me feel good because I know they're helping out the environment. So when I was looking for shoes for the summer season, I had no problem picking out 3 pairs from Vivaia. Let me show them to you. Now, these are the Vivaia All Days, and I like them because they have that classic 90s look, which is really in right now. Now, these sneakers are really comfortable, which matters when you're touring around the city. Also, I love the way I can just slip my feet in and out of them. Another thing I love about these sneakers is that they're 100% washable, which means I can buy a light color like this and not worry that they're going to get dirty by the end of the season. I just take out the insoles and throw them into the washing machine. Now, the tops of the sneaker has this breathable mesh, which for hot summer months, you can't beat that. And I just love the fact that they're so versatile because you can either dress them up or dress them down. Now, these are the V-Tune Classic Slip-On. But what I really love about these sneakers is that they're water repellent, as you can see here. So I don't have to be worried about being caught out in the rain and getting my feet wet. And the bottoms are a non-skid rubber, which means I don't have to worry about slipping in the rain. And they also hold the terrain really well, which is important to me because these are the steps to my backyard and they're really tough on the feet. Also, the cushioning on the inside of the sneaker is second to none. I'm so comfortable in them. They're the great all-purpose sneaker. And if you're traveling and you know the weather is going to be less than perfect, these are a great pair of sneakers for you. And while we're talking about being away on vacation, weight matters. And these shoes are so light, it's like you're wearing nothing at all. So this may be the actual perfect vacation shoe. Now, these are the Margot Mary Janes, and I am going to be taking them on this trip with me. They are totally packable. I mean, look at this. They pack down to nothing. But you would think that packable meant no support, and yet they have a full support system inside the shoe. So I don't have to worry about my feet getting tired while I'm walking around the city. And this strap is totally adjustable and flexible, which is wonderful for people like me who have a high-end step. But another great feature about these shoes is that they're 100% washable too. So I don't have to worry about picking a light color like this and having them get dirty, because all I have to do is come home, take out the sole, and throw it into the washing machine. And I can wear this with a dress, as you can see here, while touring around, or with a pair of jeans. And the versatility of these shoes is why they're making it into my bag for this trip. So what could be better than these shoes? I have a special discount code for you. Use the code Perrie10, which you'll find in the description down below, along with the links to these shoes, and you'll get an additional 10% off. But while you're there, check out the other shoes that they have to offer, because I have to tell you, you will be blown away by their styles. And then you'll see why I love Vivaia so much, and I think you will too. Now, before we start packing, let's go over the 4 rules that we have to keep in mind. Rule number 1, make sure you try on all your clothing and that it fits. And when I say fits, that you have a little extra room in there because you might be eating on your vacation. Rule number 2 is don't take any clothing that you never wear, because if you never wear it from your closet, you're never wearing it on your trip. Rule number 3, make sure your clothing is clean and fresh. Now, I know that that might seem like kind of common sense, but many of us wear our clothing multiple times because it's not dirty and we put it back in the closet. But after sitting in the closet for a couple of weeks, you take it out, it might not smell so fresh. So make sure that whatever goes into your suitcase has been freshly washed. And rule number 4, anything that ChatGPT prints out for you is your basic guideline for what you're going to put into your case. Now, don't be adding stuff and cheat, because if you follow my simple guidelines, you'll have more than enough clothing to go away for at least 2 weeks, if not even longer. Now, I have my computer up here because it has all the information that I need from ChatGPT. And I'm going to follow it as closely as I can, and we're going to build out my wardrobe together. Now, I'm a visual learner, and many of us are visual learners too. So I'm going to build it out on the bed so I can see if things are actually going together the way I think it's supposed to go together. Because I'm actually just picking things from my closet that I have tried on and I know are going to fit me. So let's take it from there and see how I do. Now, if you have any questions about how I use ChatGPT and filling out the wardrobe, please drop it in the comment section down below. Also, if you have any of your own tips on how you build out your own wardrobe for a long trip, drop that in the comment section down below too. And also, if you happen to have learned anything from this video or you found it interesting, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below, because that helps this channel deliver more of this kind of content to you. Now, this whole wardrobe is based off of that one inspirational piece, but I have to have other pieces, obviously, that are going to go along with it. Now, I made up my own additional rule, which was everything had to come from my closet and I wasn't going to go on a shopping binge. So I'm going to follow as close as I can what ChatGPT tells me to do, but I might be tweaking it as I go. So the first 2 items on that list are a black and a white crew neck tee. And I have a black and a white crew neck tee. And here they are. And by the way, they're in bamboo, so I can get multiple wearing out of them because they're antimicrobial. And I'm going to put that with the shirt to make sure they're all playing nicely together. That works. The next item it called for was a Breton sweater or shirt. Now, I happen to have both, but because I've been keeping an eye on the temperature, I know it's going to be cooler in the evenings and not even so hot during the day. So I'm taking a very lightweight sweater with me instead. So here goes the Breton sweater, but I'm still sticking to what ChatGPT has told me to do. I just changed out the shirt for a sweater. Now, the next item it asked for was a neutral cami or tank top. But again, I'm concerned about the temperature situation going on there, so I am going to exchange that for a very thin crew neck long sleeve shirt. So I can wear this either by itself with accessorizing pieces, or I can wear it under the inspiration piece. So that's going on next. It also asked for a lightweight neutral color sweater. But I'm looking at my shirts and I'm thinking that maybe a lightweight blue sweater would work better, because it seems to play nicely with all the other colors here. So I think I'm going to take the blue sweater instead of a cream color sweater or a beige color sweater, because that's what it's asking for. But I'm not changing up the pieces, and I'm still taking a look at what I have going on in the palette. And finally, it's asking for a satin or dressy blouse. And I happen to have such a blouse here. And it's very colorful because I'm a kind of colorful person, but it plays nicely with everything else here. It definitely goes well with the blue because it has all this blue. And if it's really chilly, I can even put this shirt underneath it or the white shirt underneath it. So I am well covered. So let's put that on the pile. And that's my tops taken care of. And as you can see, they all play nicely together, except for obviously the two shirts. But everything else does work well. Now let's get on to the bottoms. Now the first item on the list is black leggings, and I happen to have such a pair. In fact, I have a lot of pairs of black leggings because I love them. The one thing that ChatGPT did make a point of suggesting is that the legging that you pick should be a good quality, thicker legging so that you're not maybe showing too many bulges or revealing. That's what I picked. The next item on the list is a dark wash jean. But I have this mid-wash jean and I happen to really like it, so I'm going to put that on the pile, and I'm still not breaking the rules. Now the next item they call for are wide leg trousers. Now I don't own trousers. I'm not a trouser kind of gal, but I do have this really nice pair of linen pants that happen to be in all the colors that I have already picked out. So that's what I'm taking with me. The next item they call for is a flowy midi skirt. Now I have to tell you, I am not a midi skirt kind of gal either, but I have a really decent substitute for that. I have these bamboo flowy pants that I can wear. Now I have another pair of flowy pants like this in blue. Now the question becomes, which one do I want more? Do I want the black ones or do I want the blue ones? And I'm looking at my palette, and I think because I have black leggings and this, I don't know. I think I'll try this first because I have one more item I'm allowed. So it said I could take a skirt or shorts with me. And again, I'm looking at the weather, and I'm not really sure I'm going to really get that much wear out of it. But what I will get a lot of wear out of is these very nice flowy pants that I have here. And I think I'm going to take that instead. And these pants play really nicely with all the colors so far in the palette because it's hard to see, but these are a really nice rich navy blue. So I'm going to put that on the pile. And that's my bottoms. And no, you're not seeing things. I did move everything down so you could see what was going on. So following ChatGPT, it allows me two dresses, and I'm picking this dress because it goes well and plays well with everything else in the palette, including the sweater that I have here in dark blue. And I really just like this a lot, and I like the way I look in it. So that goes on the pile. It also allowed me a t-shirt dress. But if you watched my summer wardrobe one, I bought myself a couple of new dresses like that one and this one. And I happen to like this one better, and it goes nicely with the sweater in case it's a chilly night, and it'll go nicely with the remaining two pieces. So this is what I'm going to be taking with me instead of a t-shirt dress, which is what it recommended. I don't need a t-shirt dress. And there are my dresses taken care of. Now we're up to the outerwear part, and I am going to take my denim jacket that I suggested that I liked better, and I'm going to put that on the pile, and my trench-like raincoat, which works really well for me. I'll be taking that along. So that goes onto the pile, and these two items I'll probably be wearing onto the plane as to not add volume to the suitcase, but I'm going to wait till I pack out the suitcase to see if that's the issue. Now all that's left are the shoes. Now, ChatGPT also suggested an umbrella, which you all know that I take in my personal item bag, and also suggested jewelry, but I never take jewelry, or I just take what I'm wearing on my hands, and that's it, because I don't really wear a lot of jewelry, to be quite honest with you, and I'm always concerned about losing my good pieces. So I leave them at home when I'm traveling, especially if I'm doing a multi-city tour, which this is for a multi-city tour. Now, also not included in that list, but would go into my personal item bag, is my new addition, my scarf that actually I can wear as a blanket. And it does go with literally everything here because of its very neutral tones, with the exception of the blue, and the blue goes with everything. So this is just a nice extra piece. So what also is missing from here? My traveling outfit. Now I'm going to make sure that my traveling outfit works and plays well with everything else here so that I have an additional outfit to wear on my trip. So let's see how well I do with packing my carry-on. The moment of truth, the deconstruction of the bag. Now this is my smaller quince carry-on. And I have my ruler here to show you that this carry-on measures from toe to top 21 inches by 12 and a half, almost 13, not quite, by 8. So this would meet compliance for most international airlines in size. Now, in weight, I won't guarantee that. And if you have a weight restriction that you're considering, you might want to think about the pieces that you put in here. But first, let's take a weight. And the bag comes in as 20.6 pounds. Now, obviously, this would go over the 8 kilograms that a lot of European and Asian airlines would allow. But I packed a lot of stuff in here that I didn't need to pack in here because I just had that much room. So let's deconstruct the bag, and you'll see why I put everything in there. This is the compression side of the bag. And in this side of the bag, I put the one black scarf that I am taking with me. In this packing cube, I have all my shirts and the dresses. And it all fits nicely, and it's not compressed. And all my pants are here too. And you can see they're all there. Now, obviously, if I was packing this as I was leaving tomorrow, I would have my straightener and other things packed behind the rails there, but I am not doing that yet. On this side of the bag, I have the crossbody bag, my denim jacket, my raincoat / trench coat. In this cube, all my bras, underwear, pajamas, everything I need, plus a pair of stockings, which wasn't on the list, but I might need a pair of stockings, right? And here are the pair of Ivea dress shoes. And that's everything in one bag. Now, obviously, I could have taken more if I took a larger carry-on, but I didn't want to because I didn't have to. And so that small bag will do me fine. And when I'm doing the transfers from trains and planes and automobiles, I'm not dragging along something so big that I can't handle it myself. But if you want to see me pack with even less, check out this video over here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.